Welcome. Knowing when to add an S to a verb to form a grammatically correct sentence can be sometimes confusing. This lesson will clarify that confusion so that at the end of the lesson you know exactly when to add an S to a verb to form a grammatically correct sentence where the subject and the verb match. Enjoy the lesson. First thing to know is that when speaking in the present tense, you add an S to a verb to make the verb singular, not plural, like in nouns. With nouns, we add an S to form a plural, but with verbs in the present tense, adding an S will change the words to its singular form. A plural verb does not have an S added to it. Easy way to remember, add S to singular verbs, S for singular.
We work well together as a team. We works well together as a team.
So which sentence is the correct one? Tanya and Nick walks to the park on Wednesdays, or Tanya and Nick walk to the park on Wednesdays. Tanya and Nick form a compound subject, so it's considered a plural. It's separated by an and, but the word and. Walk is the verb, so do we say walk or walks? So the correct answer is the second sentence. Tanya and Nick walk to the park on Wednesdays. Walk is the plural verb, and Tanya and Nick is plural subject. So that's the correct answer. The teachers explains the math equation, or the teachers explain the math equation. Which one is the correct sentence? So second sentence is the correct one. So here the subject matches with the verb explain. They are both in the plural form. The teachers explain the math equation. So if the subject is plural, don't add an S to the verb. Teacher. The teacher explains the math equation, or the teacher explained the math equation. Which one is correct? So the singular subject is teacher. The teacher explains is correct. The teacher explains the math equation. So if the subject is singular, add an S to the verb. If the subject is plural, do not add an S to the verb. We can also say she explains the math equation. The pronoun she replaces the noun teacher. The student and her teacher solve the problem, or the student and her teacher solves the problem. So here we have a plural subject, student and her teacher. So the student and her teacher solve the problem is correct. Plural subject, plural verb. Plural subject, don't add an S to the verb. Mary, Jack, and Jill live here, or Mary, Jack, and Jill lives here. We're talking about more than one subject. Yes, and it's separated by the word and. So we treat the subject as a plural subject. So in this first sentence, the verb is in the plural form. The subject is also in the plural form. So the first sentence is correct. They live here, or they lives here. They live here. So how do you form a correct sentence when the subject is a pronoun? So the verb that comes after he, she, and it in the sentence is usually in the singular form, not plural. While the pronouns I, you, we, they will leave the verb in its plural form.
She narrates amazing stories. I tell good stories too. She tells amazing stories.
Please subscribe to the channel and come back for more. Thank you.